All right, welcome everyone to the Eve Growing Concept. Today's video I want to talk about wheelie bins or garbage cans that will be a worm farm, or similar to the wheelie bins that you see in England that they're making. What I'm going to do here is a bunch of Eve fittings here, or aeration holes around it. I'm going to use Gatorade bottles, so they're going to be nice and big. They'll be screened, just going to be left outside, so I'll be able to close this. And so no rain will get in, and at the bottom I'm just going to put your typical can and a grommet. So and I'll put it very low here, so then if I do happen to run it wet, I'll be able to drain the water out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll put the can down there so the water can flow through there, and also I'll start off by putting a little bit of cover the can with some aged mulch, I think. And then I'm just going to put my compost in there and put my minced wets or house compost. I'll add some sawdust on top of that, and that's what I'm going to do for this summer. And hopefully when it's put to the top, I'll let it rest in similar manner to Vernmenting, let it rest for a while. And rather than like where you can get your castings from below in typical continuous flow fashion, I'm just going to go. When I think it's all done, I'm going to do it in the daylight. I'm just going to take it until the worms go all the way to the bottom. Then I'm going to start. So that's how I'm going to work with this one. So it's not going to be a continuous flow like my T55. It's just going to be something that I pack with organic material. The worms hopefully will eat it all up, and it'll be their little world, and we'll see how long it takes. Nothing special. It's going to be a very quick build. So I'll let you know how this works out. I'll put this out back. I'll keep it outside. How amazing is that? I've been looking in the box stores for something like this to experiment with this thought, and somebody was just giving it away. I saw it on Facebook. I booked 12 miles and picked it up. I was the first one there, so I was able to get it. So as the video plays out, I'll try to narrate best I can. So I'm drilling my aeration holes. I drilled 11 of them, 5 on one side, 6 on the other, like a double. I miscalculated. Then I drilled a bottom 1-inch hole for a 3/4-inch grommet, and I added a 1/2-inch PVC. A little oil there, so it helps go in a lot easier. And looks like I'm struggling, but it goes in. Once it's in, it's a nice tight seal. In case I run it wet, I'll be able to let that liquid out of there. So that's good. Again, this is not a continuous flow system. I won't be able to get it from the bottom. I'll have to do light to get it out of there. Now I'm making my can so that the water can flow through there, and it'll stop the worms from clogging that conduit. And now my aeration fittings, or my Eve fittings. I did 11 of them. Gatorade bottles is what I use. 1.5 inch is perfect for Gatorade bottles. And you people who have worm bins, think about these aeration fittings for yours. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out is the goal with these worm bins, right? Then I put a piece of synthetic cloth on top of the can, and I added some wood chips just to make sure that that conduit does not clog up. I should have did that after, because it would have been a lot easier to do that. Right now I'm making some strips to put my screens into these aeration fittings. And if I didn't add those wood chips in there, I would have had my barrel on the side, so it would have been easier to put these screens in, but I didn't, so I have to do it vertically instead of horizontally. Typical, right? So anyway, I fit the plastic in nice and tight first, and then I put the screen there, and then I cut the screen off. And it makes a nice, clean build. No glue necessary. I'll do one more slowly, and then I'll go back into the fast mode. Fit that in, and put the plastic, and cut it out, and then slide the plastic in, and you shouldn't see any screen at all. Again, it's such a nice, clean build. We don't want nothing getting in, and we don't want anything getting out is the goal. You don't want to lose your reds. So I screened all those in. It's a pretty easy build, pretty fast build for sure. And then I put a screen on the drainage thing so nothing can get out of that. And this is a barrel. You can do this with any barrel. I did the same thing with this barrel here. This one's all full, packed, and the reds are working on it, similar to Vernmenting, and where you pack it and leave it. And now I'm working on that one we just built. And I had to put this gasket on there because the barrel cover was not tight down enough. And you know those worms, when a rainy day comes, they know how to get out of there. They love when it rains. Probably because they can move around better when they're trying to get around to get out of there. But on the outside, they can move around when it's wet, and they know that. So then I added some duct tape as well on that build we just did in the hopes that they won't be able to get around. I'll be able to close this lid and hopefully they won't be able to get around is the hope. No doubt one or two will try to get to do that and probably will succeed, but I don't think I'll lose too many with this thought. Hope you enjoyed the video. That's all I have to say. God bless. Over and out.
We will most certainly heal this planet, one urban farmer at a time.